Hey guys, WowSoAmaze here, and today's list is about the largest ever sea monsters that you really wouldn't want to come face to face with. Ranging from a monster so large it could be mistaken for an island, to a shark that was up to 5 times larger than a great white. Welcome to the list of the 5 biggest legendary sea monsters that may or may not have existed. The Megalodon. One of the largest and most badass predators in history and the largest shark ever. The name Megalodon literally means big tooth. They're the only ones on this list that definitely existed, and they lived approximately 15.9 to 2.6 million years ago, but some believe that they still exist today in the deepest of waters. When the teeth of the Megalodon were first discovered long ago, people believed them to be the teeth of dragons. This interpretation was corrected in 1667 by a Danish naturalist who recognised them as shark teeth. These terrifying supersized sharks could grow up to 65 feet in length, which is longer than most school buses. They were around 4 or 5 times larger than a great white shark, and they would have fed on, well, anything they could have put in their jaws. A Megalodon's skeleton was formed out of cartilage, not bone, so apart from the teeth, most fossil specimens are poorly preserved. Personally, I'm afraid of normal sharks. If these still existed today, I would never ever step foot near the sea. The Bloop Monster. Some people would say that this creature lives today, deep below the Pacific Ocean, and that it's absolutely monumental in size. They believe this due to a strange sound that was recorded in the Pacific Ocean by deep sea microphones in 1997. The sound that they recorded was ultra low frequency, and for these microphones to pick it up, it must have been a very powerful sound. This is the sound that was captured. See, this sound is consistent with icebergs scraping the floor, but it's also consistent with large marine animals, but it's several times louder. Even a blue whale couldn't make this sound, and I think we can all agree that it's just a little bit creepy. This is one of the loudest sounds ever recorded underwater. It could be heard 5,000 kilometers away. Experts have said that it does sound like a living creature, but it's most likely icebergs. The sound has not been heard again since 1997. So what is this sound? Icebergs scraping the floor, or a super large, mysterious, undiscovered monster? The Leviathan. The Leviathan was a serpent that has been talked about since the beginning of mankind, and it's even been mentioned in the Bible. Descriptions of this monster vary according to each culture, but all cultures agree on one thing, and that's that this thing was ridiculously large. Some say it looks more like a whale with a huge oval body, whilst others describe it as a demon or an evil dragon with large claws, sharp teeth and glowing eyes. It has a double row of scales that are impenetrable to swords or harpoons. It breathes fire and smoke, and it's said to boil the sea around it. Yeah, sounds a bit like one of my old school teachers. Legend has it that God originally created 2 leviathans, a male and a female. He then realised if they were ever to reproduce, the leviathan would devour the world, so he killed the female. But as said, different cultures have different beliefs about how the Leviathan originated. Some even say that all tsunamis are caused by this monster. The Carrain Croin. The Carrain Croin was a large sea monster from Scottish Gaelic folklore. It's said to have been so large it ate 7 whales in one mouthful. Local folklore says this huge monster can disguise himself as a small silver fish. People say the reason for this disguise was to attract its next meal. The fisherman would catch it in its small silver fish form. Once aboard, it changed back to the monster and ate the poor fisherman. In its monster form, it resembled an aquatic dinosaur, and it's said to have existed before the 1800s, where it patrolled the waters around Scotland. The Kraken. The Kraken is a legendary sea monster from Scandinavian mythology that was said to dwell off the coast of Greenland and Norway. The Kraken was a truly fearsome monster that has been described as uncontestably the largest sea monster of all time. It resembles an octopus or a squid. It lies at the bottom of the sea and only moves to feed or if disturbed. It's said to have been so large it was sometimes mistaken for an island, and it's roughly 1.5 miles wide. Its movements even caused whirlpools that would suck in ships. The monster would attack passing boats by wrapping its tentacles around them. Then it would capsize the boat, causing the sailors to drown. That's if the Kraken didn't devour them first. Either way, it was a pretty grisly death. And that brings the list of the 5 biggest legendary sea monsters to an end. I jolly well hope you liked it, and as always, thank you for watching.